One of the things I admire about you, Milas, is you're such an attentive dad, and you're such a hard-working guy, and you're like, well, one of the reasons I love you at the job you work at is that you're so thorough. You know, you won't leave a job until, you know, you got that job done. And, you know, people project onto you whatever they project onto you because of how you look. I never knew until we had a conversation a few weeks ago, and I've known you a couple years, that you were Spanish.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm Latino.
And if I hadn't known your mother, I wouldn't have known you were Native American. I mean, we just project whatever we think on the image of what this person is, which has nothing to do with you.
The sad part is that, you know, it doesn't matter what's the truth. It just matters what you see, and what you see is true. So if you see I'm an African American with dreads and I have tattoos, you automatically assume that I've done some type of crime, something illegal, something bad, something where I'm plotting the next robbery. You just assume that. Not assuming that, you know, I grew my hair like this because of my mother and she represents strength to me, so I just wanted a spitting image of her. You know, not to mention like my tattoos, like people say, oh, treat your body like a temple. Okay, well mine is hieroglyphics. All my tattoos represent something, they tell a story. You know, it's more or less like not graffiti, but more or less of hieroglyphics that you see from ancient Egypt or on the Aztecs. You know, that's how I think. You know. And it's like, people don't bother to ask. And when they do ask, they don't know how to concur. Because they're already asking with a predetermined notion that what I'm gonna say is either retarded, stupid, or false. You know, it can't be true.
Do you get surprised from people when people actually do get you and they see how intelligent you are?
Do I get surprised when they see how intelligent I am?
Yeah, because like, do you get that? Like sometimes people think I'm like just a dumb chick, you know, especially when I was younger. And like I met a guy just in the post office the other day, and he started asking me a few questions. So I started answering, and he's like, "You're smart." I mean, seriously, it was like, thanks, I think, you know, whatever, you know. And then he said a really racist thing to me, and I was just like, oh my goodness, you know? And I sometimes am surprised by people, you know, really surprised by what people say and how they think. And especially I think in Key West, which we have this one human family, and so we want to believe that we all think that way.
I think for me, I just, so much has happened that it's really nothing that surprises me anymore. Like, so if you think I'm a genius or you think I'm brilliant, I'm smart, it's just like, not surprising, because now you took the time to figure this out, you know, but it doesn't really, nothing really surprised. So much has happened since. So
what advice would you give to your own children and to your friends here at Unity of the Keys? Like, how can we end systemic racism, or at least make a positive difference in ending systemic racism?
They say knowledge is power, but today's age, it's not true anymore. Information is power. So I want to say that if you spread more love than hate, you know, more kindness than anger, and if you preach to yourself first and know that everybody could have a bad day, you know, and everybody's capable of change. I mean, even people in their 60s are capable of change.
Yes.
70s, you know, people. Yes, we were all raised a certain way. We're all raised to carry off some, but hate can turn into love, you know, and love can turn into hate equally. But for all of us to get better, it starts with ourselves. It does. I mean, I tell my children every day, you know, don't hold your feelings in, you know, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. You know, I'm not gonna, this day and age, to be a man, you know, you gotta have a heart, because you, like, it's more manlier nowadays to express your feelings. I feel it makes you more of a man to express your feelings and understand how you feel, instead of having it bundled up inside, you know, because it's crazy. It's crazy. It'll eat you up. The anger, the angst, you know, it will tear into you, and then you'll turn into somebody you never thought you could be.
That's right.
For the youth, learn from your parents' mistakes, you know, where they went wrong, try to do right by that. You know, parents already look for their kids to be better than them, so just be better than them. You know, I know it's easier said than done, but it's the truth, you know. It starts with us. Whatever pain's been caused to you, you know, use that to move forward in the most positive way. That's all I can say, really.
So you know that I'm like a Heinz 49, just like you. We're mixed, like you have Native American and Pan American and African American blood, and I think I also have African blood, and I also am, I think, one of the hidden Jews from Calabria. My parents actually my dad had to leave his family to marry my mother because she was from the boot, Sicily, and she was, you know, not considered to be Italian. They were from the north, you know. And one of the things that they taught me is that a measure of a person's character is to treat every single person you meet with the same respect, and to listen to them and to acknowledge them. And I didn't even know until I was older that I did that. Like I made eye contact with everybody in an elevator until I was with a really racist person, and they were like, don't say hi to that person, don't say hi to that person. I was like, what? You know, so for me, that is the one thing I think I would advise us all to do, is to connect like we are, to have a conversation. And if you see people who don't look like you, say hello, you know, make them feel seen, and, you know, just be the difference that you want there to be in this world, so that you don't have to wait 2 years to get to know somebody that you like. You know, get to know them as a person, because everyone is unique, and it has less to do with the color of our skin than it does our life experience.
Some people feel that's really hard to see past, though, unfortunately. I mean, I'm leaving my kids to change the world, because, hey, I think they can do a better job than I can. They already are. Yeah.
Your kids are like ambassadors of love. Both of your kids, Coy and Max, are like these balls of love, and I just am so grateful that I got to know them. I wish I could have known your daughter, your newborn.
Yes.
But I get it's a tough time to meet infants.
These trying times, oh Lord.
You know, we give thanks for you, for your family, for your amazing parents, and for your hope for Coy and Max, and for, what's your daughter's name?
Melody, Raven.
Melody, you know, to sing the love into the world. Thank you for being with us, everybody. We love you.